What's up, it's you for today's video with a Mandibuzz sweep. Now, I did a Mandibuzz sweep 7 years ago, so I didn't actually expect to do another one, but here we are. So Mandibuzz, I wouldn't say is really cut out to be a sweeping Pokemon with its more defensive, bulky stats, but it does have a couple of things it can use to turn it into a sweeper. If you want to check out the old Mandibuzz sweep, I'll leave that pinned in the comment section. If anyone drops a comment on the old video, I'll give you a heart and a little comment. Now, let's get into this one. This is Big Peck's Overcoat and Weak Armor. I thought that I could maybe use Weak Armor to try and boost up its speed, and it did have a couple of other like status moves too. This battle here, I'm not sure of my opponent's name, but we're going to be leading with a Vullaby. When I was doing this Pokemon sweep, I was using a Vullaby evolution team. So I had 2 Vullabys and I also had 2 Mandibuzz. This is a Tailwind, Foul Play, Attract, and Toxic set. And I had a Koraidon lead. So Koraidon going to be going for Dragon Claw. That's not going to be doing too much. Now this Vullaby is like an Everlight set and it's super tanky. It's like max health and max defense from memory. And yeah, it's very tanky. So it's able to live a lot of like physical attacks. So I poisoned Koraidon. Now I can just go for Tailwind here and get that set up, maybe helping Mandibuzz a little bit. However, Koraidon is going to go for the U-turn and it's going to swap out. So obviously they don't want to take any toxic damage. And we've got the Iron Wings coming. So this is going to be a very, very big counter normally for most Mandibuzz. Now this thing is very weak to ground, which was quite handy for my particular Mandibuzz set. Anyway, that's going to be the end of my Vullaby, and it's time for the Mandibuzz. That Porygon 2 was so thick. Also, Mandibuzz's special attack is 55 base, so it needs a lot of boost. Now, you may have actually seen this battle before. This battle actually happened during my Vullaby evolution team, and I really felt like I had to include it again. So this was a Poké Portal battle. Now, what I did, a lot of things happened before I sent Mandibuzz in, so I did cut a little bit of it out. I swapped in the Vullaby here, the same bulky one as before. I did have like 2 of them, and I noticed the Dragonite started using Ice Punch, which I thought would be very, very handy for my Mandibuzz, not only trying to activate the weak armor, but also to get the weakness policy to activate at the same time, and maybe allowing it to get, you know, an additional special attack boost. So I wouldn't have to use like, you know, 3 nasty plots. Anyway, people, let's see if we can get this sweep. So to the best of my knowledge, I'd say that Miraidon definitely had Assault Vest and it just lived. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, people, we're hopefully going to get it this time. This is a battle on the Pokeportal. This one's against Big, and we have a big Pokemon here, being a Ursa Luna. So I've got my physical Mandibuzz here, and it's going to be doing a little bit of damage with Brave Bird. I'm going to be able to lift that Blood Moon kind of badly, and I fired off 2 Brave Birds here, which was alright. The Blood Moon is also going to have a berry, being the Citrus Berry, so it's going to get some more health back. The other move I had was, which was interesting, was Slash, so I didn't really expect that, and I thought maybe I can set the Mandibuzz up here with a speed boost. Let's get this sweet, people. Man, how about that Kyogre hitting itself in confusion? Woo, that was awesome. They must have been really salty. Like, I would have been salty, right? So let's check out the Mandibuzz sweeping set. I'm actually kind of curious how this set was compared to the one I did 7 years ago. Like, I actually am gonna go after this video and watch the old one and see if the moveset was like similar, or I can't even remember what I did. Like, did I do a sweeping one? Did I do a store one? Who knows? So this is a nasty plot sweeper. Now, as I said before, it's not really cut out to be a sweeper at all. It's got 55 base special attack, which is garbage, right? So I had to give it max special attack and max speed EVs, modest nature, it really needed it, and then we had 80 base speed, which is okay. With the weak armor, which gave it a double in base and speed, which is, double speed stat there, which made it very, very quick. And then I had weakness policy, which worked pretty well on Mandibuzz, because even a sweeping set can take a reasonable hit. It's got very, very good health and very, very good defense, right? And quality special defense too. So we got Dark Pulse for our stab and flinching, Hurricane obviously for powerful move there and stab too, and Terra Blast Ground to get around any electric type Pokemon, and also to add a little bit of coverage too, maybe to other Pokemon that might counter it and stuff like that. What I found was pretty good you could do with it if you had like an electric type come in, which can happen a lot with a flying type Pokemon. You could go for Terra Ground and then get a free nasty plot, and maybe even a second one too if they lock themselves into like Choice Scarf Volt Switch, or something along those lines, or electric Pokemon that doesn't really have an answer to a ground type easily. So you can find yourself getting a couple of nasty plots. That's pretty much it for this weak armor set. The main thing I had with this was it had the potential to sweep, but it didn't really hit all that hard, so that made it quite difficult. I don't think there's anything else I could change for this set. I think it's pretty good all around. I think you could add Heat Wave on there, maybe is another option, or like Terrify, that could work too, but I found this gave probably the best spread of different moves. I hope you enjoyed this Mandibuzz sweep. Check out the old one that I did 7 years ago. I'll leave the link in the description and pinned up the top comment. Like I said, I'm going to go there now and watch it and see if the moveset was any different. Alright people, hope you enjoyed this one. Peace out.